Fishing here, host of the Extreme Fully Fishing channel. Today is December 23rd, 2018. I really wanted to go out fishing today, folks, but you know, last night I actually went out with my wife to the movies. I wanted to watch Aquaman, you know, but she wanted to watch this movie called Mary, Queen of Scots. So we kind of went there and watched that movie featuring Lunker Stevie, you know what I'm saying? There was an actor there that just looked just like Lunker Stevie, right? And the thing is, we got a little bit heavy on the popcorn. All right, wifey, go for it. A wise man in the West once told me, just a little bit of butter, you know? No, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going. More. Yeah, no, just keep going, keep going. We put so much butter on that popcorn that all that grease kind of got to me. And today when I woke up, I just woke up like crap, feeling half sick. And that's why I didn't really go out to fish today, right? Now, you guys have been requesting a video on my secret fishing knots, right? And my rigs for quite a while, right? Folks have been coming here on the YouTube channel, right? Leo, what knots do you use for fishing? Leo, what type of secret rig is this? Leo, why do you use these knots and these rigs for certain species of fish, right? So taking in consideration that I am half sick today, I decided to do a little instructional / educational video for the YouTube channel. How about that? In this video, I'm going to portray 3 different situations that when you go out there fishing, right, I would use different types of rigs and knots, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do them and explain to you guys why is it that I use them then, right? So you guys can get kind of an educational sense from the video, but it also has a certain, you know, practical use to it, right? Before we get into those situations, I would like to emphasize, if you use your own rigs and your own type of knots out there and it works for you, good for you. This video here, I am not trying to convince anyone to use what I use, okay? I simply want to expose what I use and how I use it and why I use it because you guys have requested me to do so. And when it comes to rigs and knots, especially knots out there are 3 things that EPF really values, okay? Number 1 is effectiveness, number 2 is simplicity, and number 3 is flexibility, all right? I want my knots to be effective, all right? And that means you need to apply precision to the knots that you are using. I don't want to cast my stuff out there, you know, my line breaks when a big fish bites, right? Same thing when it comes to simplicity. I like my knots and my rigs to be simple because simple implies finesse. And when you are out there targeting different species of fish, doing the multi-species, sometimes you encounter species of fish that are quite finicky. You want your knots and your rigs to be simple. Also, simplicity implies, right, quickness. So I want to tie those knots and change those rigs as fast as possible because sometimes you only have that one moment to catch a certain fish and you don't want to miss it, right? Finally, there is the factor of flexibility. As I portray to you guys the 3 different situations in this video, I like my stuff to be very flexible. I don't like to change my rigs all the time. Sometimes I like to make small changes here and there with the same rig so that I can adapt it to different species of fish. That being said, this is pretty much the 4-minute intro here for this video. There are 3 different types of situations, 3 different types of rigs and knots, right? I hope you guys learn a lot from this video. Sit down, grab your popcorn, don't put a lot of butter on it, okay? And enjoy. I'm going to show you guys right now one of my most traditional setups for multi-species fishing. So like the multi-species rig that I use for different species of fish out there. And this of course includes, right, one of the knots that I use the most here on the YouTube channel, okay? So right here with me, I got some 4-pound test line, right? Fluorocarbon, it is the line that I use a lot on this YouTube channel. If you read the description of my videos, I just gotta get a size 10 little masthead hook, okay? And I'm gonna teach you guys how to do this, of course. I'm gonna just quickly do the knot that I usually use, okay? So 2 over the head knots, make a V with the hook, all right? Spin the hook a few times, 4 to 6 times, right? And just pass the line right through the center, okay? Make sure that the initial knot is on the other side. Pull the line, okay, so that the knot is right around the band. And this is where precision plays, and there you go. You have my own version of the reinforced clinch knot, right? Now, just in case you didn't see it the single time, right? I'm gonna do it a little bit more slow for you guys. This time, a little bit of a close-up too, okay? So get a hook, like I said, and pass the line through the eyelet of the hook. That's step number 1, okay? You wanna do 1 over the head knot. Now, if you're using braided line or you were using line that is too thin, you may want to do 2 or 3 over the head knots, okay? So I just gotta do it 3 times here, but I usually do it just 2 times, and it works just fine. So there you have it. And this little knot right here in this, it's going to serve as the break for the entire reinforced clinch knot, as you guys will see, right? So get a hook and make a V formation, all right? Spin the hook 4 to 6 times, I would say. That's good enough. Pass the line through the eyelet on the bottom. Make sure that the initial knot is all the way to the other side, right? And there you go. Just pull slowly, nicely, right? And just make sure that the initial knot that you made is just below there. Boom. All right? Pull all the way. And there you have it, right? This is the knot that I have always used on this YouTube channel. It is my version of the reinforced clinch knot, okay? This is pretty much it. And I mean, this is really my most basic multi-species setup, right? I don't know what you were expecting, but just the hook. And if you think about it, when you have line and just the hook, right? You put the bait on the hook, and using the weight of the hook and the bait, you cast it out there, and you can just do free falling. It is a perfect rig for species of fish that bite on top of the water, right? When I go down to Florida, I catch some Florida gar, the Leostomus platyrhynchus. Sometimes you see some needlefish, right? Oh, Atlantic needlefish right there. Throw it right in front of it with a little piece of shrimp, little piece of cut bait, right? The Strongylura marina. You can catch so many different species of fish that bite on top of the water with this rig right here, right? And what I mentioned about flexibility, let's say that I'm using this for multi-species and suddenly I see some sunken logs, sunken trees, right? It's structure. I want to do some suspended jigging. No problem. Get a float, a clip-on float, right? You got the line. All you need to do is clip the float on. It is really that easy. And that's simple, right? Simplicity, right? Takes very little time. Flexibility. You can catch now some black crappie, the Pomoxys nigromaculatus. If you're down in Florida, maybe you will catch some jaguar guapote, the Parachromis managensis, right? And let's say you were fishing a little creek, shallow, doing some suspended jigging, catching some pinfish, right? Maybe some red breast sunfish, the Lepomis auritus, some bluegill, the Lepomis macrochirus, and suddenly you see a little white sucker cross right there, right? Once again, very flexible. Take the float out, right? You see that little white sucker right there. Well, when you're out there, you can waste no time, right? Take the float out. All you need is a little split shot. It is that simple, right? One tiny little split shot. You put it on top of the line and you just lock it. You can cast it out there, fish the bottom in shallower places, right? If you have the white sucker, the Catostomus commersoni, you can use the setup. Maybe you see a common carp, the Cyprinus carpio, you can use the setup in shallow areas, right, where the current is limited. So using one very simple knot, okay, and adapting it to different circumstances, you can already catch plenty of different species of fish out there. Highly effective, right? Like I said, effectiveness, simplicity, and flexibility. If you guys really follow the videos here on the channel, you guys know that EPF doesn't just use live bait, right? A lot of times I like to go out there and pursue a species of fish that is really fun to be caught on lures. For example, the chain pickerel, the ezox, Niger, right? Or the largemouth bass, the Micropterus salmoides, the smallmouth bass, Micropterus dolomiel. I mean, you name it. So right in front of me, I have different types of lures, right? For example, I have here a jerkbait, a Rapala, X-Rap. I have here a Castmaster, a spoon, which is a type of lure that I just started using recently, right? It has provided me with a lot of success. Or I have here a little epoxy jig, right? That you can catch species in the salt like the Atlantic bonito, the sarda, or maybe the bluefish, the Pomatomus saltatrix. And when it comes to lures like this that depend a lot, right, on action and sometimes on vibration, I could use the reinforced clinch knot that I introduced to you guys before, my own version, but it just wouldn't be the same, right? So in order to maximize that, I like to use a type of knot that really gives the lure a lot of freedom to perform correctly, okay? So I'm just gonna show you guys how it is done here. It is very similar to a dropper loop style knot, and it is very simple. I just gonna get the Castmaster spoon, and I'm gonna pass the Castmaster, all right, through the line here. I'm gonna make a loop, all right, as you guys can see, okay? Just make boom, one big loop, all right? And I'm just gonna pass the Castmaster through it, similar to a Palomar type of thing, but this is just an over the head loop, okay? Then on this side of the line, the extra that we have here, I'm going to play the same game that I played with my reinforced clinch knot, okay? I'm gonna do the over the head knots again, all right? One, I gotta do it 3 times just to make the ball a little bit bigger, okay? So 1, 2, and then one more time, 3. You don't really need to do it 3 times, you know what I'm saying? I just do it because I like it. I'm gonna place my fingers inside the loop. I'm gonna rip it out, man. Check this out, boom, until it touches that break right there, right? The additional line, I can really just get the scissors and just cut it. So there we have it, boom. And we have our lure right here. It may look a little bit odd at the beginning because there's a lot of free line on top of it, right? But I guarantee you that when you throw this lure in the water, right, even if the fish pulls really hard, the line is not going to break, and the action on the lure is going to be very different than the action if you just, you know, place this lure on a swivel, or if you tied it directly to the lure. And sometimes that extra action is really what you need to catch the different species of fish out there, you know, really entice them to bite on your stuff. Finally, in this portion of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to do a bottom rig. Sometimes you want to go out there and you just want to sit your bait all the way on the bottom, right? You want to either jig it or you want to play still fishing. Doesn't really matter. You want a type of rig that is all the way down. You could be going for some channel catfish, the Ictalurus punctatus, or something a little bit bigger, right? The flathead catfish, the Pilodictis olivaris, or maybe the blue catfish, the Ictalurus furcatus. You could even take it to the salt water and, I don't know, fish for some sharks and stuff like that, different species, right? This is the perfect rig for it, right? It is really this lip sinker setup, okay? So I have this piece of line connected to my fishing rod, all right? And the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to slide the sinker into the line. Let's say that, I don't know, you are fishing very deep or a place with a lot of current. I'm using a 3 ounces sinker, right? And definitely don't use 4-pound test line, right? If you are going to fishing places like that, right? Go higher, 30 pounds and above, I don't know. Some anglers like to put a little bead on this lip sinker setup so that the sinker, every time the sinker bangs the swivel, right, it doesn't really touch the knot. It is a pretty smart thing to do. So I got a little pink bead right here that is just gonna pass through the line, okay? So far in this line, what we got is just a sinker with a little bead. We're gonna take care of the other side of this rig right now, which is the other side of the swivel. I got with me here a little swivel with a leader, right? You could use this for flatheads or for sharks, like I said. Big ass 7/0 hook, okay? I'm just gonna place the hook and put it on the leader. Very easy, nice and smooth. There we go, right? Super fast. All I need to do left is attach this side of the swivel to the line. That's it, folks. And for that, I'm going to use my traditional reinforced clinch knot that I have shown you guys in this video. All right, I really like this knot, and let me tell you, I have caught a lot of fish, big ones too, using this rig before. And if you do it with a lot of precision, like I have done in this video, right, it really doesn't break. It just doesn't, you know, unless of course you are fishing for gigantic fish and your pound test is not enough, right, or your drag is too close down. So you get the idea. But otherwise, you know, this rig has really never, and this knot has never really failed me. So there you go. We have here the slip sinker set up, right, all the way down. Like I said, every time the sinker bangs on the swivel, right, you have the little bead over there to protect the knot, right? So this is actually quite interesting and important. The other version rig that I use on my YouTube channel is like a dropper loop style rig. I always include it in the description of the videos, right? You can use as many hooks as you want, 2, 3, whatever your state allows, right? I'm just gonna use one little size 10 mustad hook, pass it through the line, and remember, right, when you pass through the eyelet, just remember that your sinker is gonna be all the way down. So when you put that hook on the line, you kind of want to have an idea of how high in the water column from the bottom you want your hook to be. Once you have decided on the position, make a little loop around it, and I just like to do, once again, over the head knot 3 times, okay? I'm a very simple person. Like I said, you know, effectiveness, simplicity, and flexibility. I've read about a lot of complex knots out there from books and stuff like that, right? And I just like to use these things. It's fast, it suits my style, okay? So we got one hook on the line. I'm gonna do now the knot for the sinker all the way down, okay? I gotta do the exact same knot that I did previously in this video in situation number 2 for the lures, okay? Just that this time, I'm not going to put on any lure on it, but it is the exact same knot, okay? See, boom, there we go, right? Make it bigger, and then the extra line, I'm just gonna cut it here with a pair of scissors, but this is the magic of it, right? Now that we have this loop all the way at the end, you can get any size sinker, right, and put it on and off anytime you want. It is really that easy, okay? So I just pass here 2 ounces, okay? Put it up, right? This is gonna be all the way on the bottom when you throw it out there. And if your line is straight and, you know, tight on your rod, this is how your bait is going to be in the water. If you have double hook, you could have one here and one above, right? You dictate where you want your hook to be. If you think that the hook is too heavy, okay? Oh man, this hook's too heavy. Take it out of the loop. You get a smaller sinker, 3/4 of an ounce. Same thing. You see how flexible this is, right? There we go. There you have it, right? All you need to do, pass it, boom. Put it on the other side. You have a smaller hook now. Oh, I got my, that's great. Got my jerkbait tangle here. But you guys get the idea, right? This is pretty much it. This is the rig, right? And these are really the 2 main rigs that I use for bottom fishing here on this YouTube channel. So this pretty much concludes this video. I have shared with you guys a lot of my secrets today. I do have some other secrets, you know, but come on, man. I can't just put the whole thing out there, right? Otherwise, man, all the secrets of the trades are going to be out there. But anyways, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this educational video. I hope that you guys learned a lot about the different techniques, right? Rigs and knots that I use here on the YouTube channel. You have been requesting this for quite a while, and I thought it is about time to teach folks out there, right? In the future, if I get questions about this again, you guys know it. Excuse me, I'm gonna refer everybody to this YouTube video. I am going to leave a poll above, so if you enjoyed this video and you actually enjoy learning something, right, not just the fishing aspect of the channel, but you actually enjoy these instructional videos, let me know and vote yes, okay? Because if I don't get a lot of votes on this poll, I will not do educational videos like this in the future again, okay? I will rather focus on the entertainment side of the YouTube channel, all right? So it's all on you guys, okay? As always, subscribe to the channel, man. Turn the notifications on, like the videos, because all of that helps at the end of the day. All right, this is it for today. I hope you guys learned a lot. Hopefully the butter is gonna go away so tomorrow I can go out there and do some fishing, okay? So tight lines, take it easy. I'll see you guys next time.